Are you ready? It is a pleasure today to introduce Mackie Beall. Mackie is with Greenlight Window Films. He's been in business for 2 years, and he resides currently in the Brookside area for the last 10 years. His wife's name is Connie, and they have Jolly, a 10-pound Bichon Poodle mix. Something that few of us know about Mackie is that he has more clothes than his wife. And I think she works in a clothing store. Anyway, his key to success is surround himself with outstanding people and let the Lord lead the way. His burning desire is to start a nonprofit organization assisting homeless children in placing with loving parents. Please welcome Mackie Beall.
Thank you, Jerry, and it's a pleasure to be here with the group today and share a message. The message today is not going to be so much about product. As many of you know, our product is solar security window film, and that our customers are customers that seek comfort. They have too much heat, they have too much glare, fading, energy efficiency issues. Today, I'm going to offer a message that I'm going to ask that if you could put yourself in my shoes, perhaps you're dealing with some of the same questions that I've been dealing with recently regarding our automotive division. And I ask that you pay attention to the thought process and also the decision-making processes that are used in this and apply it to what you're dealing with now. Over here on this wall, you'll see a date. It says January 1, 2010 to present. Now, the important thing on these dates is not that our business started January 1 of 2010. In fact, the concept originated back in September of 2009, went through a process of evaluating whether this was a viable business and whether it was the right fit. And then by November of 2009, we were in full gear. The January 1 date was a date set by the CPA and the attorney saying, let's hold off to January 1, it's easier for tax reasons. Okay, that's fine. The present date, well, that's very important also because that's where the business stands today. But the important thing on those dates is not the beginning and the ending date, it's the dash. The dash is everything that has happened in the meantime, from the start up to right now. The business was founded, the concept was a solar and security solution for our customers, what we call flat glass. Now, there's another part of the business that spawned that was ahead of its time because the business plan didn't call for me to even consider this part of the business until the fourth quarter of 2010, which by the second quarter of 2010, I'd already signed the lease on a storefront because the perfect storefront came available. That storefront launched us into the automotive sector of this business. Now, the storefront, me thinking that it is the ideal, perfect place, has 56,000 vehicles a day passing in front of our store. To me, that's a good combination for potential success. I kind of had the mindset that if I build it, customers will come. Well, it doesn't quite work like that. It might work like that in sports, but not necessarily in the energy efficiency solar film business. So what I did, and this was the challenge, is that I felt like the automotive part of our business was important for the growth of our business and to create jobs and create revenue that can be redistributed back into the community. But the thing is that the concept of our business was founded on flat glass. Now, the flat glass is a whole different culture than the auto customer. And since I'm not really an auto guy, so to speak, I'm basically put it in drive and go. But fortunately, I have some really talented people working with me that do understand the automotive part of our business. And in trying to protect the image, the brand, the logo, and keep it separate from our flat glass business, I handcuffed our business knowingly because I did not want to compromise who we are as the culture of our company. Well, I decided to go to an automotive show. It was the largest show in our industry back in November. I went and my eyes were opened. I saw a customer far different than me. I saw a different culture than me. And I saw that customers were very rabid about their passion of vehicles. And there were many different takes on it. Well, it didn't take me long to kind of view this, and I realized, okay, the way that I can take the handcuffs off of my business is that I can start a new division. And just as of yesterday, signed off on the artwork for the new logo. So the new division is called Cool Light Auto Tint. That is a name that speaks to the auto customer that the Green Light Window Films does not address. And knowingly unleashing those handcuffs, I've expanded the business greatly within the last probably 2 months. This is ongoing, not quite to where we're not at the finish line yet, but in the last 2 months, we have added detailing, we've added auto glass replacement and repair. We are also adding paintless dent repair for hail damage. We will become a hail damage center. So I've got specialists and very skilled people heading up each one of those new 3 sectors of business. So by turning it loose, perhaps you've been in a situation to where you're struggling with making those key and critical decisions for your business, and maybe knowing that that there is greater opportunity, but being held back in another area because you don't want to compromise some aspect of the image or the branding of your business. So I would ask that if you would go on Facebook and like us, if you will. And also I'd like for you to consider that in our lifetime, we have a beginning date, a birth date, and there will ultimately be an ending date, and that will be the day that we take our last breath. But what is important in this is the dash. It's what happens in the middle between all of this. Now, in a Facebook conversation among friends probably 1.5 years ago, I described where I was with running the business. I described it as wrestling a bear every day. And that bear had me firmly pinned on my back every day for a long time. And then I got a little glimpse over his shoulder and there was some blue sky. And that kept me going. And I said, I want more of that blue sky. Well, now, over 2 years into the business, that bear and I are wrestling around. And I'm getting my fair share of time on top of that bear. But what that bear doesn't know is that I've got an end around trick play fumble rooski that I'm going to pull out of the playbook in April, and he's not going to know what's happening. That bear is going to have his chin on his chest, and Green Light Window Films and Cool Light Solar Tint will be taking it to the next level. I want to thank each person here that has done business or even considered doing business with Green Light Window Films over the past 2 years. In 2011, our business tripled. Now, that is not uncommon for a business set 2 years into the life cycle. So that is really nothing extraordinary. The goal today is for 2012 for the business to double from where we're at now, and that's going to be a challenge. And I want to thank each and every one for the revenue that you've helped generate in this room. In 2011, 17%, that's 17% of the revenue generated by Green Light Window Films had something to do with the members in this group, and that is significant, and I want to sincerely thank you. So if you would please like us, and if we've got a minute, I'll be happy to take a couple of questions.
I just have a testimonial. I have the window film in our home. We have a room that's really hard to keep either cool or warm depending on the seasons, and Mackie's team came in. They were really professional, and it is by far the most comfortable room in our entire home now. Love it.
Thank you, Tama. Those kind of testimonies, that's what we do. We solve those issues where air-conditioned units just can't keep up. There's so much glass in a room that our clients have to vacate that room prior to having the solar window film applied. So that's what we do, is we reclaim that space in our customers' homes. Any other questions? Well, I want to thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you. And Todd, I will turn it back over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan.